Hello everyone, Chef here, and welcome to my review of Chapter 3 Season 2. To clarify, these reviews aren't the same as my game reviews. These are just videos I'll make at the end of the season, reviewing them and giving my thoughts. And in the future, I might make an episode on a season I've already reviewed in this, but it'll be more fleshed out than this video. Also, this video is probably going to come out a week after a live event and the start of Season 3, because I didn't have time last week to make this video. From the general play base's point of view, it was very mixed. I could tell at the start of the season the majority of people loved it and liked it better than last season, but as it went by, yeah, people stopped liking it. But for me, I quite like this season. At the start it was better than the last one for me, and that stood there for a while, but nearing the end, I still thought it was pretty good, but not as good as the previous one. Last season we saw the Imagined Order slowly send out teams for IO guards with really small drills, to presumably scout out the new area for them after the island did a flip and everything. And we kinda guessed that the AO would come back full force a season later, with the earthquakes constantly happening. So they did in the season trailer, sending up the big ass drill called the Fortress, alongside numerous blimps and tanks as the Lupus and the Seven, now the Resistance, tried to fight them off, but they were unfortunately unsuccessful, and Sloan pressed the button, which made a very controversial change to the game, the removal of building. A couple more things I want to say about the trailer. I think that the scientist and the visitor went to the moon base with the help of Doctor Strange to pick up the Imagined and some other Marvel superheroes. I think that their involvement in this war might be explained in the Zero War comics, because apart from a cameo and Doctor Strange appearing in the Daily Bugle after the Resistance reclaimed it, they were never seen again. I like to think that in-universe explanation about the Prowler is there, other than the only way to keep the Daily Bugle on the map was because Io hired him. But again, he wasn't seen again, other than this when he could unlock his skin. Personally, I think he should have been patrolling the Daily Bugle for the Io when they had it conquered, but that's a missed opportunity sadly. And speaking of missed opportunities, in the trailer there were tons of blimps, more than was on the actual map in the season, so there could have been some blimp wreckages already on the map when the season started. Alongside that, there could have been trenches dug out around the distant POIs, and some form of underground complex, but again it was a missed opportunity, and never happened. I just realised it's really unfortunate timing this season started around the same time the Ukraine war happened, but it's a really good thing that a lot of the profits from the item shop for about a month were put towards donating to a charity to help out Ukraine. Maybe that's why they didn't go fully with the war theme, but who knows. The gameplay at the start of the season was very strange to say the least. Around 4 years of building active, it was quite a shock that building was disabled in the main game, even if it was for 9 days. And that whole debacle split the play base fully in half. One side you have the no building advocates, and the other the building advocates. I stand in the middle really. Sure, it would have been interesting to see an entire season without building, but I think it was a good choice after the 9 days without it. It became its own game mode. But for now, I'll stick to the building modes primarily.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
And this is definitely one of the best ones ever made. I found myself actually interested in the Battle Pass characters and actively wearing them a lot. Tsuki 2.0, I wasn't really bothered about to be honest, and I haven't worn her a whole ton. It's the same with her cosmetics, aside from the pickaxe, which is really good. 3 out of 10 for everything apart from the pickaxe, and 9 out of 10 for the pickaxe itself. Garo Garo fit with the theme of the season, but I never found myself wearing her, but her cosmetics are pretty good. The second backbling edit style goes so well with my main skin Bone Wasp, and I use the baseball bat quite a lot as well, although it is strange seeing the pickaxe animation used for pickaxes such as the Mjolnir used on Bat, as it had its own unique pickaxe animation. Also, is that an IO symbol on her waist? 4 out of 10 for the skin, 6 out of 10 for the cosmetics. Arissa, why is this in a war themed battle pass? Stop loosely theming battle passes. A pickaxe is alright, but a glider is really good, and I think this new type of glider, a hamster ball glider, could be possible. The skin herself 2 out of 10, the cosmetics 4 out of 10. Gunner, when I first saw him in the Season 8 live event, I thought he looked like that starter pack from Chapter 2 Season 6 but more fat, and thought nothing of him. But when he was the boss in Covert Cavern, he intrigued me more, and when he was in the Battle Pass this season and seeing his styles, I knew I'd wear him a ton. We have the basic style that looks alright, a standard member of the Imagined Order, then the Stove style which looks even better, and then the most absurd style, a Thean member of the AO could have, a bright neon on purple style. This reminded me of the Hulk a ton, and I primarily wore that. Then there's the Solar Storm, which looks really good as well. And then the extra styles, which I didn't get all of because I was on holiday. And he got a mask style that is really good, but I can't unsee Beast Machine's Optimus Primal as the mask. To accompany Gunner Fork Knife, he got an alright back bling, but an amazing pickaxe and glider. I don't know why it took so long for there to be an actual chainsaw pickaxe, but at least there is one now. And his music pack is definitely something I would imagine Gunner listening to, 10 out of 10 for both skins and his cosmetics. But the good skins don't stop there. We have the Imagined, who's really unique compared to the other members of the Seven. Her armour is quite similar, but different enough, and the different colours for her look pretty good. I like wearing the purple one the most. Her cosmetics on the other hand are a bit meh, they feel like I've already seen them before somewhere. 7 out of 10 for the skin, 4 out of 10 for the items. Then to another member of the 7, we have the Origin. The base style makes sense and everything, but it isn't that good. But his 7 armor style is amazing. Really, this guy is my favourite member of 7, and the other styles make him look so better. The back bling is decent and the pickaxes as well, but the music back, holy, it is really fucking good, and it tells the story of the Origin. Basically, he was the Cube King, and for countless years he watched as numerous worlds ended. It's never said if he was the cause or not, but one day he decided to run away from the life of a conqueror. But in the process, he was captured by the IO, who imprisoned him, explaining his prison style. But in the cell next to him, there was someone there who he got to know quite well. The Paradigm, who escaped the prison on her own, and this betrayal of trust infuriated the Origin. But I assume the Paradigm sent another member of the 7 to rescue him after she escaped. But this betrayal of trust still played on the Origin's mind. No matter how much of a good deed the Paradigm had done for him, he always thought she couldn't be trusted. But he became the lead tactician of the 7. And his theory was right, as she later betrayed all of the members of the 7's trust in the Season 9 live event when she almost destroyed the 0 point. Some of that is from the music pack, some of that is from the challenge of the season, and the last part, well, it's still unconfirmed because it hasn't been fully said that the Paradigm is Singularity, but it's still really heavily implied now. And for the Origin, I give him an 8 out of 10. Second to last we have the tier 100, Doctor Strange. What I say about collab characters, specifically Marvel, is the more the merrier, and Doctor Strange was a very welcome addition to this battle pass, obviously for the Multiverse of Madness. However, I do wish they used Benedict Cumberbatch's face instead of their comic book accurate face, but aside from that, he's pretty good and I've worn him quite a lot. His other cosmetics are alright, the book he has is pretty cool, and the glide is pretty unique, but the pickaxe, I don't know what else they could have done. Looks like a pirate sword. Maybe it could be like the Ridley pickaxe, every swing it changes shape. All in all, I rate Doctor Strange a 7 out of 10. And for the secret skin we have the Prowler. This guy was obviously added in only so they could keep the Bugle for this season, because it's a Spider-Man related character. I'm surprised that we got him, to be honest, because there's so many more recognisable Spider-Man villains, but instead we get the Prowler, but he looks really good. It looks like they mashed together the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man PS4 models together to make a really cool skin. His pickaxe I've used quite a lot because it's a unique look, and the glider I should have used more, and the same goes for the skin really, 10 out of 10. Update 20.00, the first update of the season, had 2 actual new locations, and the others I like to call modified locations. The Fortress is a place I was really surprised wasn't a landmark, as yeah, it's big, but not exactly big to be a name location in my opinion. But I guess Sloan being located there for the majority of the season kinda added something to it. I didn't land here much, I just felt it was too small and wasn't enough loot there for me warranted to go every time. Alongside the factor that IO guards were patrolling around, and it was a pain if you got spotted and all of them ganged up on you. But taking that away, it was still pretty cool, and the smoke coming off the drill was a cool effect, 7 out of 10. Last season there was a leak that a 7 Workshop POI would release sometime in the season, but it didn't and instead released at the start of this season. I think a lot of people thought, including me, the 7 Workshop would be the same place shown in the Boba Fett image, but it wasn't, and nothing like that has been seen in the game yet. This location sadly got rid of Haven's Oasis, rest in peace, 2021-2022, gone too soon, and was named Synapse Station, a place where the scientists resided, where he made the armoured battle buses and refurbished tanks for the Resistance. This place is severely underrated. It's already got a cool theme, because it's a building you can tell was made by a 7, as it shares the same buildings as a sanctuary, but it's in a desert. Around it you can find heaps of trash from failed projects, and inside it's a really big factory with a ton of 7 technology, and outside there's a crane and ship dock for shipments. And before you say the placement is awkward, this place had 5 rift spawns for you to get out, and later it got an armoured battle bus which is relatively fast. A 7 location, a different setting with a cool theme, with gun mobility, 8 out of 10. Now for what I call modified locations. I call them that because they did change, but kept the same interior from last season. Command Cavern was just Covert Cavern but on steroids. You could have fully looted up by going to the new area on the cliff face, and not bothered going inside of the cavern itself. I dropped here at Atomic for that reason, and there was that much loot to be had, 9 out of 10. IO Tilted was the second most modified location this season. There's a No Sweat Insurance building, and this house here were both renovated to add a bunch of IO tech inside. The L apartments were also turned into a sleeping quarters. Alongside that, outside and surrounding the POI, there were many checkpoints scattered about Tilted. I landed at this location a couple of times, but I still thought it was pretty good regardless. And it's a shame that pretty much every other modified location wasn't like Tilted and only had things outside of it, 7 out of 10. Destroyed IO Tilted was a location that was in the game for a really short amount of time, but I managed to record an exploring for it before the 7 fully took it over. Ironically, this location was destroyed on the same day it was in Chapter 1 3 years ago. Time really does fly by, and I mean visually it's impressive, 6 out of 10. Resistance Tilted is destroyed Tilted, but with a lot of minor differences. In the houses where the IO renovated, all of that is literally thrown to one side somewhere and replaced with 7 tech, and the No Sweat buildings back to No Sweat, and the blimp has crashed, 6 out of 10. IO Coney Crossroads, I don't know, it's literally the same as last season, but with some stuff added here and there, but I quite liked it honestly, 5 out of 10. Resistance Coney is literally the same as before, minus the blimp and the IO stuff. All of the new Resistance stuff is in the same place as the IO stuff, 4 out of 10. IO Daily Bugle, same as Coney Crossroads really, and like I said before, I wish the Prowler was there, 5 out of 10. And it's the same as the Resistance one as well, 5 out of 10. IO Rocky Reels was pretty good honestly. I do like the fact alongside the big locations, the IO also took over small locations such as Rocky Reels. What they were gonna do with Rocky? Who knows, 6 out of 10. Resistance Rocky Reels, literally the same point as before, but this time there's been a 7 watchtower that's been constructed. 1 million out of 10, such amazing map change. IO Condo Canyon. The irony here is that last season Covert Cavern was going to be called Covert Canyon, making many people believe, including myself, Condo would be taken over by the IO and turned into a grotto-like place. But that never happened. But this season the IO took over Condo and it was alright. I never landed Condo a lot, but I liked it, 5 out of 10. Resistance Condo Canyon, same point as before, 5 out of 10. The map changes this season were alright. They did keep the game fresh. Something Chapter 2 was severely lacking in with map changes, but I wish there were more things done to the locations, like Tilted having numerous buildings have IO stuff inside of it. They could have done more of it, but I guess it was alright. Also, something I find quite funny is the Dispatch Depot landmark, because it's built directly atop where a 7 outpost was destroyed from an earthquake last season. I really don't want to go back and see when each skin released for this season, so I'm going to do them in an order I find them in. The order, pretty much the same as the imagined, 7 out of 10. Omega Knight, this is an amazing remix of a skin. I would never thought of Omega, a supervillain getting turned into a knight. It's just that strange of a concept, but it turned out really well, and for the price, only 1,200, with bonus styles, this guy's a steal, 9 out of 10. Blanka is my favourite character from Street Fighter, enough said, 7 out of 10. Sakura is alright, reminds me of Chun-Li, 3 out of 10. Eternal Vanguard is good, but could have done with the styles Eternal Voyager had, 6 out of 10. Robocop, I haven't seen the original film, so I can't comment on him a lot, but I probably will soon, and he looks really cool, 7 out of 10. I'm just gonna group all of the Coachella stuff together and give them a 2 out of 10. I'm sorry, but these are just like normal people in normal clothes, and I don't get the appeal of buying them. Moon Knight is a show, well if you haven't already, you should watch, it's my favourite Marvel show that's come out so far. And thank God they used the MCU design, not the comic book. There's nothing wrong with the comic book, but it's stupid every time a movie in the MCU releases, a skin releases, and it's a comic book design instead of the MCU design. But anyway, 8 out of 10. Obi-Wan Kenobi is a good skin, although like Boba Fett, he should have got his OT look and his lightsaber instead of a f***ing blade, but his ship from the prequels as his glider is a nice addition, 7 out of 10. Mary Jane just looks like a Ruby reskin, 2 out of 10. The Wu-Tang stuff is meh, 3 out of 10. Allier is the best icon skin, mainly because of his armoured up styles. He just looks really good, and they nailed it with him. However, I don't think he really deserved one, because of the entire Fortnite career being built off clickbaiting the game, but it's still a good skin nonetheless. Also, that emote is amazing, it's a 2-in-1 meme, 7 out of 10. Chloe Kim is a person I didn't know about before she got an icon skin, and it's alright, but the glider's pretty good, 4 out of 10. Chica, no not the one from FNAF, is okay. I knew about her a bit as she's a popular Fortnite streamer, but the skin never really grabbed my attention, but the mask is pretty cool, 4 out of 10. Champion Seeker is a really good reskin of an already good existing skin, Seeker, Chapter 2 Season 4 Starter Pack skin. I have the original, and I still use him quite a lot, and this reskin I like. The colours they chose look really good, and I like to see what the next FNCS skin will be if it's a reskin of a starter pack, 8 out of 10. Panther reminds me a lot of a skin we would have got in Chapter 1. You know those skins that would be linked to the story in the slightest way possible, and would play a next to nothing role but would still look cool, and that's what I like about her. She's a member of the IO, presumably links from the jacket, tasked to infiltrate the 7, and to do that she has to blend in. And I can tell this is a skin that will either come back in the 30-day rotation a lot, or be in the vault for an extended period of time, 8 out of 10. E4. I had never played an Assassin's Creed before, so I don't know anything about the character, but she looks pretty nice, 6 out of 10. Southpaw reminds me a lot of a character from the game on the Switch, ARMS. She looks pretty good, it's a lot better than Leela, 6 out of 10. Golden Bane Guardian is much better than the original looks by a long shot, 6 out of 10. Zoria was a skin I thought was a concept by Daja first, but she wasn't, and that doesn't take away from the fact she isn't good, 2 out of 10. Molten Complex is really good for a free skin, She's so much better than Shadow Ruby, and a lot of her cosmetics go well with a lot of skins I own. 7 out of 10. Zoe Clash is shit. 1 out of 10. Mecha Pop is good. I like all the Save the World robots that have been turned into skins. 8 out of 10. Ciara, it's okay. 4 out of 10. Scarlet Witch, the face looks slightly off, but she's alright. 4 out of 10. Serena is a skin I think was supposed to release last Fortnitemares, but never did, and released now for some reason. 5 out of 10. Mecha Strike people, they are slightly underwhelming, and some things are best left with the mask on. 5 out of 10. Mecha Strike Commander is Mecha Team Leader, but even better. 8 out of 10. This is an umbrella term, I guess, for all of the mini events and things outside the main game that gave you free rewards. We had the Zero Build Trials and the Lantern Trials. I didn't get the end reward of either because you had to put quite a lot of time into the game to get them. There was also the Star Wars mini event that was from the 4th to the 27th. It was pretty nice after the massive letdown of last year. There were lightsabers, blasters and stormtrooper checkpoints, and a Star Destroyer in the sky. It was nice. We got a free Imperial banner if you did some quests. Then near the end of the season, we had the PlayStation website and the Italian Discord. The PS4 thing was really easy, because I made a PlayStation account on the day it ended. Then I survived not that many storm circles, and I got all the rewards. Minimise effort, Sigma grind set. I use the glider quite a lot for Mecha Team Shadow, that's about it really. Then there was the Fortnite Italian Discord thing. Here you have to join the Fortnite Italian Discord server, link your account to the Epic, then a quest bot would DM you the quest you needed to do, and you receive some items that have been in the files for ages. It's pretty fun doing this. It's a good way to get items out there that they don't know how to release properly. Also, amen Google Translate, amen. Before the event and the start of Season 3, I tried to keep clear from leaks for next season and the event. I had some theories, which all of them didn't become true. My first theory was that IO were going to destroy the loop, but something happens with the 0 point and it links in with Zero War. The second was that IO were going to try kill 2 birds with 1 stone by colliding the 7's moon base into the map, but it partly fails and only some of it is on the map next season. The third was that IO were going to use the collider to open a portal for the last reality, mainly because the collider looked like the pyramid from chapter 2. The fourth was that IO was going to try collide the chapter 2 map and chapter 3 map together by reflipping the island. I had no points to back it up other than it would have been cool. My predictions for the Season 3 Battle Pass was that it was going to be space themed. And my prediction for Season 3 ties in with my theories. A bunch of natural disasters happen from the collider, one section of the map is flooded, another in a drought, the Daily Bugle now a volcano, and one area snowed over. You get the point. And I would rank this season probably a 7 out of 10. It definitely wasn't as good as last season, but it was still pretty good. And I hope they keep it up and this chapter doesn't become like chapter 2. But I guess when this video comes out, we'll see if next season is good or not. And thank you all for watching. I'll be back at the end of Season 3 to review it. See ya.